Hey guys, Kayla here, back with another card video. Today I'm going to be doing a clear edged card, and I'm going to start off with a piece of A2 card. It's already a card base, and I'm going to be using this die that I have here. Now pardon me, I do not know the company that makes this die or where it is from. All I know is I believe it was in the end of December end of November, beginning of December, Simon Said Stamp had a promotion that you got a free gift with purchased with the code GIFT, and this was what I had. It was in what I had received. Now the bag that you see me haul it out of is the bag that it came in, so I don't know what company makes it. So I'm very sorry about that. But if somebody does know, please comment it down below so that I can categorize that properly. So the piece of plastic that you see me cutting up here, it is just a piece of packaging from one of my embossing folders. It came in a hard plastic container, you know, the ones with the cardboard on the back. Well, that's all this is here. And I'm cutting it to the height of 5.5, and the width of it, for my card, because there's not a very large portion of the card cut, I am cutting it to 3 3/4. Now you did see I left a little piece of that price tag on the card. It doesn't make a big difference, but in the end, the photo you'll see with the lighting, you can see the shadow of it, which really kind of sucks now, but I'll probably go back and peel that off. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my lace onto the edge of my plastic. And I'm just going to use my Ranger Multimedia Matte, placing it on all of the thicker pieces of the die cut. Now I know I was talking at the beginning when I did this part, but all I did was I put the die along the very edge, as close to the edge as possible of the card base, and I just ran it through my die cut machine just like that. So like I said, right here I am just putting my multimedia matte on it, on all the thicker pieces, and in order to have it appear to be a clear card, it has to line up properly. So the steps that are following this is I took my clear plastic that I had cut and I lined it up with the visible inside of the card base, and I lined it up to the very edge of that. After that, I closed the card shut and held it in place very, very, very gently so that I wouldn't move the plastic from underneath. And then what I did, sorry, I'm losing my voice here, is I lined up that die cut lace on top of it, and I placed it down so that it wouldn't move, because I know multimedia matte, it dries relatively quickly, so I wanted to make sure that it was in the right place. And then because I don't have anything to press it down more firmly, I don't have a bone folding tool or anything like that, I took my ruler and I actually placed it on top of it, and I pressed down on my ruler to get it stuck onto the card very well. So after I did that, my next step was to adhere the clear piece to my card base. And what I did for that is I just took my adhesive runner and I put a few strips along the opposite edge of the green lace, the edge where the little price tag is basically. And then I placed the lace back into its position on the card, and I closed the card on it, being very careful that it went into the right spot. So after that, the only process was to do the front part of my card. Now I wanted to have a bit more die cutting on the front, so I do have this Enjoy from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to die cut it out of a piece of teal-ish colored cardstock that I have, which is also a textured cardstock, because like I said in one of my other videos, these card bases that I have, they are textured, so I try and keep with the textured theme with it. So I did pick out a textured cardstock, which was one from my Great Canadian Dollar Store. So I run that through my machine, and I'm going to set that aside for now. The first thing I want to do is stamp on my greetings. So after looking through my stamping book, I found one appropriate for what this card is for, and it says thanks as the large sentiment, and I'm also going to put onto it for bringing sunshine into my day and for just being you. Now the majority of this is from Technique Tuesday, the thanks, the for bringing sunshine into my day, and the just for you. But the little and symbol I took from a honeybee stamps set. So once I got my stamps on to my card, the next step was to put on my die cut that I had cut out, the enjoy, because there will be a gift in this card. And I didn't mention this earlier, but I think I mentioned it in a previous video about these stamping on textured cardstock. For me, it's the biggest pain in the butt my biggest pain in the butt at all. If anybody knows of any links to tips or tricks, or know of any tips or tricks for it, other than the one trick I seen, which was taking a bone folder and flattening it out, the areas that you're going to stamp before doing so, please let me know, because yeah, I hate stamping on textured cardstock. I'm going to have to invest in some non-textured card bases. But anywho, back to the die cutting. With what was left over of the little enjoy that I cut out, the scrap paper, I have these two, they look like Facebook thumbs up, you know, the like button thumbs from Studio Calico. I don't know the name of it because I'm really anything from Studio Calico I never seem to remember the name from, because they don't indicate the name on their packaging. But I'm just going to run that through my die cut machine, and that will go on this card as well. So once that was on the card, that pretty much finished it up. I know I looked to see about maybe putting some of the green cutouts back in, but it didn't seem as appealing to me, so I left it as is. So that finishes up my card for this episode, or for this video. If you have any suggestions or comments, leave them in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe. There will be a full blog on this card, or instructional on this card, on my website, kaylasgood.com, and you can check it all out there. So happy crafting!